Hi, everyone. How are you? Hope you are well. So, today we're going to talk about 7 money mistakes to avoid. Number one, I'm going to start off with saying spending too much. Um, Prime example being food. You could cook like once or twice a week, but I am not going to blame you by saying spending too much. So, I'm replacing spending too much with making more. So it may not be that you're spending too much. It may be that you just don't have enough. So thinking of creative ways to make more because you might just not have enough. So number one, creativity, more money. Where is it coming from? Number two, not investing. So we talked about investing before. If you're a parent and you have children, invest for your children. You don't have to be rich to invest. You could start investing with $5. Invest for your children when they're small. You can start investing for your children the minute you give birth. Invest for your children because you have this stack of money. It could be large or it could be small. It doesn't matter, but it's growing with compound interest. And so this pound of money is growing on its own, even if you don't put any additional money in for your child. 20 years. That is 20 years of compound interest. If you only knew how it worked, you would have did it a long time ago. Invest for your children. Also, invest for yourself. So, some people find this out early. They've been doing it since they were 18, for example, and then other people find out about it later. So, better late than never, because believe it or not, some people will still never find out about this. So, that is number two, not investing. Invest for your children when they're small and invest for yourself. Number three, not buying real estate. So, everybody is not interested in real estate, and that is okay. That is your choice. But just so you are aware, you should be aware that real estate is one of the paths to wealth. So, generally, the majority of people who are wealthy, they own investment property. There's like this huge correlation between investment property and wealth. So, a lot of people will not even be thinking about this correlation, but just to know that there is a correlation that's very important. And if you're not interested in real estate, that is fine. There are other ways to build wealth besides real estate. But just be aware that there is this correlation. And so I would say not having real estate is a mistake. So, but that is an opinion because, like I said, everyone is not interested in real estate. Real estate will build your wealth. Number four, not starting a business. So, starting a business is important because the ideal is not for you to be working for your whole life. Like the ideal is not to be working from age 1 to 100. That is not the ideal. So, if and when you own a business, you could actually hire other people. So, you have this income coming in, but you're not a slave to this income. You have a business. That is number four, not creating a business. If you have children, it's a good idea to teach your children how to build a business so that when they get older, it's not foreign to them. So there are certain concepts when it comes to building a business. Some people find out early, other people find out late. But the steps of setting up a business. Um, I'm not going to go over all the steps, but like the general steps, like creating an LLC, getting an EIN number, website, 411. Um, the general steps. That's something that could be taught to your children, even if they don't do it. At least they'll have the information. Um, Building business credit. That's something that you could teach your children. So even if they don't take action on it now, at least they will have the information instead of finding out about it later. So you could teach your children how to build a business. It is never too early. So I would say that that is the number 4 mistake, not building a business. And I'm really not judging you, because that is the way of society. We are all taught to go to school and get a job. We're not taught to start a business. So I'm not judging anyone, but I would say that that is the number 4 mistake, not building a business. Business allows you to have some form of freedom instead of being a slave to a job, being worried about losing a job, or having difficulty getting a job. You have a business, you have other sources of income. There's income coming in instead of just relying on one thing. So, number 4, not starting a business. Number 5 mistake to avoid is not caring about your credit score. So, your credit score is very important. Getting it to a less than 30% usage is ideal. Less than 30% usage is ideal, but less than 3% is best. So, paying attention to the amount on the credit cards that you use, and then calling and having them increase the credit limit. You can call and get the credit limit increased. So, say, for example, you have a credit card that is $5,000 right now. So, you can call and have that credit limit increase from 5,000 to 6,000, and then 7,000, 8,000. And then by only using 3%, it's only 3%, but it's 3% of a bigger number, if you see what I mean. So, good credit is important, because if you don't have good credit, they're going to be charging you higher prices for everything. Especially, you're going to be paying more to buy a house. You're going to be paying more to buy a car. When it comes to getting any kind of loans, like business loans, um, if your credit is not up to par, there's a possibility of getting it denied, getting loans denied. So I would say that is a number 5 mistake to avoid, is not taking care of your credit score. And again, I'm not judging, right? This is not taught in school. And there are a whole lot of people out here who don't care about their credit. And that's because they don't understand. There's a misunderstanding of why credit is important. So I would say that is the number 5 mistake to avoid, starting to pay attention to your credit score and getting your credit score together. A poor credit score means a more expensive life, and it's hidden. You can't see that you're paying more, but it is hidden in those monthly payments. So, number 5, not caring about your credit score, not taking care of your credit score. Number 6 mistake to avoid. Make sure that you're looking at your bank account every day. Reason being that you signed up for subscriptions that you probably forgot about. You're being charged for things that you don't even use. And then people like to rip you off. You can look at your account one day and say, what is this $300 charge here? You have a charge here that you didn't need. You didn't even charge it, but it's on your account and you don't notice it because you haven't looked at your account in a while. So, number 6, taking a look at your bank account uh, every day or as much as possible. If not every day, as much as possible, taking a look at your bank account. And then number 7, I would say, is staying at a job too long. So, say for instance, you're at a job and you have not been promoted. You've been there 5 years. If you are at a job and you've been there 5 years and they have not promoted you, then it is time to leave. And don't stay there and wait for them to increase your pay rate. Leave and get another job. And that is how you increase your pay rate. When you get to the next job, you ask for the higher pay and they'll give you what you're asking for, or they'll meet you somewhere in the middle. And that is the way that you raise your pay. You go to another job and you ask for that higher pay. Instead of staying at a job that does not appreciate you whatsoever. So that is another mistake to avoid. Staying at a job too long. They don't appreciate you. You've been there over 5 years. They haven't promoted you. That is your signal to leave and go somewhere where you are appreciated. Also, to remember to track your expenses. Like tracking your expenses, that's the same thing as remembering that you're supposed to be eating healthy. Because some reason, uh, unhealthy food tastes a lot better than healthy food, right? So remembering to track your expenses is like remembering that you're supposed to be eating healthy. But just coming in to remind you to go back to tracking your expenses. If you haven't been doing it, it's going to take a while to create that habit, especially if you're not used to doing it. So, just a reminder, go back to tracking your expenses. And so those are some money mistakes to avoid to improve your financial status. So just some things to think about. Please hit the like button if you like the channel. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. Also, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you're not in the stock market, check the link below. I will show you how to get into the stock market. If you don't own rental property, check the link below. I will show you how to get your rental property. So thank you for watching and have a good rest of your nights. Bye for now.